Hello fellow captains and welcome to MX Gaming. My name is Phoenix and we are back with another Star Trek Online video. So for this video I want to elaborate more on the classes. I'm going to focus on tactical today. So for those that are new and are deciding which class you want to go with, whether it's engineering, science, or tactical, well, today I'm going to discuss tactical. And I will follow up with engineering and science at a later time. So, tactical, what is tactical? Well, what they say is combat damage, stealth recon, and squad tactics. The tactical officer can deliver damage in the widest variety of methods, while supporting his or her away team, by drawing off enemy threat or bolstering their combat effectiveness with tactics and squad commands. That's more or less for ground. For ship, you are essentially the glass cannon. You go in, you hit hard, you get back out, and then you spin around, and then you do the exact same thing all over again. Sometimes that doesn't always work, and you kind of get stuck depending if you got tractor beams on you or not. But that's what tactical is for ground. Now, I will admit I'm not the best ground person when it comes to Star Trek Online. I hardly ever do any ground combat, but when it comes to ship combat, that's where I excel at. When it comes to tactical captains, you more or less fly around in small ships, not like little fighter pilots. No, those are really small. But you get to fly in what's called escorts. Okay, so basically, you don't have as much armor, but you have a lot of firepower at your command. Mostly tactical captains will go with dual heavy cannons, those sorts of things. I mean, the dual heavy cannons are good. I know there's always a tear between dual heavy cannons and dual beam bank arrays. So a lot of people will go with either on those ones. A lot of people have been going with the dual beam banks just because you get apparently more bang for your buck. The nice thing about the escorts is the turn rate. The turn rate is pretty decent. It's a lot better than a cruiser or a science vessel. But you are more susceptible to being destroyed quicker than a cruiser or science vessel. So with this, with your bridge officer stations here, with your tactical officers are going to be more or less. Let's see here. They're going to be more or less inclined for increasing your firepower. So with this one, you have beam overload 1, so that gives a huge buildup of energy in one of your phasers, and when you go and you hit your target, you can knock out either the shields or you can do some serious damage to their hull. So there's that one, and then you have another one, say fire at will. This one will fire in all different directions. You see this more or less in Star Trek The Next Generation, where the Enterprise fires on multiple ships and can destroy them really quickly. So yeah, there's that. Now they do have sort of debuffs for enemies. So you have the target auxiliary subsystems, shield subsystem, energy subsystems, and weapon subsystems. So one of these will like decrease a portion of the subsystems, you know. So if they're really weak in, say, shield subsystems, you can potentially take those down and just, you know, hit them hard in their hull, which is what you really want. And then you have things like tactical team or torpedoes, which increase. This one increases 1 torpedo and will fire a, you know, like kind of like the beam overload, where it will just like detonate and could potentially destroy. This one will fire 4 torpedoes at several different enemies, depending on how many there is or how many it's allowed to. I think maximum it might be 5. I'm not entirely sure. But you have like those sorts of things, and then you have these attack patterns. Some give you increased damage resistance. Some will make you fly faster, or your your flight speed will increase, your turn rate will increase, those sorts of things. So there's that. And you can also get dispersal patterns for your mines. If you like to have mines, that you like to drop off in the back of your vessel, and just, hopefully, the enemy comes chasing after you and you get caught in those are awesome. So they'll do extra damage and whatnot to your mines. So those are sorts of things that will go with your tactical captain. So like I said, you fly in escorts. You mostly use dual heavy cannons or cannons, turrets, that sort of thing. Now a lot of people say don't mix beams with cannons, but sometimes with escorts, if you're looking to maximize your damage, I find it very, very difficult to not mix, because you got dual heavy cannons or cannons in your front. When you're facing the enemy, you can shoot at them straight ahead. It's when you're turning around that sometimes beam arrays will work a whole lot better than turrets, because you get more DPS and more damage out of your beam arrays than you do with your turrets. So for me, there really is no comparison. You can't. Why use turrets? They're just, yes, they're 360, but at the end of the day, they're not going to do as much damage as a beam array can. And I mean, with a 360-degree beam array, you're doing more damage, and it's 360, so you're hitting your target as well. So there's that. What else could I discuss? I'm not sure what else I could discuss on. Like I said, escorts, dual heavy cannons, dual beam banks, buffing your firepower degree to make that hit a lot harder than what needs to be done. But that's what you want, right? So it's a quick intro into a tactical officer. What they usually fly in, what's a good sort of tactic, which is the hit and run. You are a glass cannon, so be aware that you're not going to get the same amount of hull and shield power that you are with, say, a cruiser or science vessel. So they're, great on firepower, not so on shield and hull. But if you're with other cruisers and science vessels, you get a nice balance. You could be the heavy hitter, while the engineer takes the hits, and then the science will debuff the enemy. So when that happens, I mean, you could be a real powerhouse with that. So those are things that you can look into. Yeah, I think that's enough of me rambling on about tactical. If you have any questions, please leave comments below, and I will try and answer them as best as I can. If you can, leave a like and subscribe to the channel and all that fun stuff. Anyways, folks, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Live long and prosper, and we'll see you out there.